Welcome back, lovelies, to another movement session here at Koi. Unfortunately, I was stupid and I didn't turn on my microphone. So we're getting a voiceover today, but we're still getting a movement video. So that's the most important thing right here. If you like these kinds of videos, go ahead and give this video a like and subscribe if you want more movement videos. We drop them weekly along with nutritional deep dives as well. Most importantly, you want to listen to your body. If anything doesn't feel right or uncomfortable, you are more than welcome to opt out from doing any of these stretches. Sit aside, take a breather. It is important to listen to your body and keep yourself safe. I am unfortunately not there with you, so I cannot spot you, but I am here to guide you. So the most important thing here is to make sure you listen to your body and take care. Now we're going to be jumping into our session very shortly. Make sure you've got your mat, a bottle of water if you need. This is a full body stretch for today. So we're going to really just be going over loosening up the body. This is super great if you are working at a desk or if you are sitting majority of the day. This will really just help loosen things up a little bit. If you're feeling a bit stressed or overworked, this will also be great. It's great to release some tension and any, tightness in any nooks and crannies that need to be worked out. So yes, with that all said, lovelies, we're going to get started with a shoulder roll first. So we're going to roll those shoulders nice and gently. We're just going to unload any stress or any tension. I love this. This is a really underrated way to kind of get chill and relax, is just to roll the shoulders. It really helps a lot. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to take our left hand, we're going to place it on the side of our heads, and we're just going to rest the head to the side. You're not going to pull the head down. You're just going to allow the head to relax over to the side. You're applying a bit of weight with that hand, and that just gives a nice gentle neck stretch and just wakes things up. We're going to head over to the other side now. Nice and gently allowing that neck to relax ever so slightly. Just taking a moment to wake the body up, get it moving as we head into a full body stretch for today. Lovelies. And we're going to go ahead and roll those shoulders one more time. Well, not one more time. I think we roll them a few more extra times to be fair. We're going to take our hands, we're going to interlace them behind our backs, and we're going to place them on the floor, and we're just going to open that chest, lifting the chin to the ceiling, chest shining up to the ceiling or the sky or wherever you are doing this, whatever is above you. And we're just opening up that chest nicely. This is really great if you are somebody who works at a desk or hunched over a computer. This really does help open up that chest beautifully. We're going to give ourselves a nice tight squeeze and rocking from side to side ever so gently. Just taking a moment here. I know some people love hugging themselves. Others are like, nah, doesn't do it for me. I need a real person. Taking a nice deep breath over here as we give that one last squeeze. Heading back into that shoulder roll, our favorite move for today. We're going to take our right hand, placing it on the floor. We're going to drop our elbow onto the mat and reaching over. If you don't feel comfortable with your elbow on your mat, you're more than welcome to straighten your arm. You will see a demo there just now. You want to aim to really push that left hip down onto the ground so we can get a beautiful side stretch. So keeping those hips square, sit bones on the mat, leaning over to one side. You can either be on your elbow or on your hand. Whatever feels best for you. We're going to reach over to the other side now. Placing either the elbow or the hand on the mat, making sure those sit bones are placed on the mat. We're keeping those hips nice and square so we can feel the stretch in our sides beautifully. Good. We're going to come back and we're going to probably roll the shoulders. Yep, I remembered correctly. We are rolling our shoulders. Taking a nice stretch with our right hand across our body. Left hand is going to hook that right hand in place. And we are just applying a nice gentle stretch. You're going to keep that arm nice and straight. Pull those shoulders down. You're going to feel that in the shoulders, possibly, definitely in the arm, the upper arm. We're going to head over to the other side now. Nice and easy, nice easy stretch there. Now taking our left hand, we're going to place it on the outside of our knee, and with a beautiful straight back, we're going to imagine we are lifting up into the ceiling. We're going to apply a gentle spinal twist here. And we're going to be reaching over to the other side. This is just a nice gentle spinal stretch, nice and easy, nothing too crazy. Coming back into that shoulder roll. I believe this is the last shoulder roll. If I remember correctly, it was the last one. Giving those shoulders a nice, good rotate round. We're going to reach our hands forward onto the floor. You're going to kind of creep your hands forward. You want to try and keep your lower back as straight as possible, keeping it beautifully extended. You're going to see a demo here now. So you want to keep that back. Instead of being around, you want to lengthen that back and keep it as straight as possible. You should feel a deeper stretch in your hips and glutes by doing this. Good. Rolling those shoulders out. I believe this is the last one. I really hope it's the last shoulder roll for your sake. We're going to come in onto hands and knees. So you want to make sure your wrists are underneath your shoulders and your knees are underneath your hips. So you've got a beautiful square position there. We're going to round out the back. So you want to push the spine in or towards the ceiling, giving it a nice good arch. And then we're going to arch the back, lifting the chin slightly. Good. We're going to round out that spine again, really pushing that back into the ceiling. And arching that body. Rounding. Coming back into a square position. We're going to tuck the toes, pushing up into a downward dog position. You're going to draw those heels down into the mat and just give those legs a nice good walkout. We just want to wake up those hamstrings, wake up the calves, wake up the glutes. Giving a gentle stretch there. It's probably the most active you're going to be for this whole class. Good. Walking those legs out, dropping the knees back down to the mat. We are going to do big spinal circles. So you're going to arch and round the back. So cat-cow, but in a circular motion. And we're going to go the other way now. Good. Tucking those toes, pushing back up into a downward dog position and walking those legs out, really allowing that head to drop between the arms, pushing back into that position as much as you feel comfortable. Dropping the knees back down to the mat. We're going to bring those glutes onto those heels. We're going to head into beautiful lunge stretches. So we're really going to target the legs here and a little bit of the hips. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to draw our right leg up onto the mat. We're in a kneeling position. And you're going to make sure that when you lunge forward into this position, you want to make sure that your knees over your ankle, or it can be slightly towards the toes. Okay, we don't want to be completely over the toes, so we don't want to have that dropped angle. So we do want to bring that foot nice and forward, kind of where the shoulder would be. You're going to place your hands either on the mat. You can also just drop your fingers on the mat, or if you feel comfortable, you can pop your hands on your thigh if your hamstrings and hips are quite tight. If you want a nice deep stretch, you can draw that arm on the inside of the knee. That just allows you to get a little bit deeper. You are going to feel it in the front of that quad, in that hip, or even in that hamstring. And we're just going to hold our lunge here for a moment. Taking a beautiful deep breath in here. You want to breathe through these stretches. You're going to push the hips back, straightening that front lunged leg. And we can either keep our fingers on the mat. You can also place your hands on your leg if you are a bit tight in those hamstrings. And then we're just going to move that ankle. We're going to point and flex. Okay, so we're doing the movement in our ankle. And we're just going to go forward and back. Shifting back into that lunge position, you might feel that you are more comfortable to go a little bit deeper in this position. Again, you can have your arm on the inside of that leg, or you can place it wherever you feel comfortable, basically. So making sure you're listening to your body. We're going to shift back into that reversed lunge position, just drawing that foot forward and back again. Giving a nice gentle rock. Good. Shifting back forward into that lunge position. This time you can aim for your hands on the inside of your leg. Alternatively, you can also place your elbows down on the floor, and that will give a deeper stretch if that is where you feel like your next progression would be comfortable to go. Otherwise, you stay exactly where you are. So we're going to go into a bit of a quad stretch. So you want to lunge forward. We're going to be lifting up the back leg, and with the opposite hand you're going to go ahead and grab the toe. Okay, this is me stretching out a Charlie's horse. Is it a Charlie's horse? A bit of a spasm. So opposite arm to toe, reach for that leg. You're going to lunge forward as you bring that heel to the glute. Side note, if you get cramps when you're working out or stretching, it's probably because you've got a magnesium deficiency, or you just need to add some salt to your water. Just by the way, that was more of a note for myself. Let's be honest. We're going to shift back into that reverse lunge position where that leg is beautifully straight and we're rocking forward and back. Again, hands on our thigh, or they could be on the mat, whatever is most comfortable. Now we're going to take that right leg, we're going to draw the toe towards the outside of the knee, and we're going to lean forward into our pigeon pose. Now we want to make sure we are sitting up on our pigeon pose, that we're not slanting off to the side. So coming up, keeping those hips nice and square. We're just going to take a moment here in this pigeon pose. If you feel comfortable, you can release your elbows onto the floor. And this will give a beautiful, relaxed pigeon pose stretch. One of my favorites. You should feel this in the hip. You might feel it on an inner thigh or a hamstring. It is possible to feel it there as well. Right, drawing those legs back, bringing those glutes onto those heels. We're taking a moment. Take a nice deep breath here if you feel comfortable before we jump to the other side. Right, left leg is going to be going up now, and we are going to repeat on the other side, releasing forward into that lunge position. Making sure that ankle is underneath the knee, or the knee is just slightly towards the toe. Lunging forward, placing your hands wherever you feel most comfortable. We're going to be shifting back. So drawing those hips back, keeping that back as elongated as possible. Hands can be on the thighs or on the mat. And we're going to be rocking that foot forward and back to feel that stretch in that hamstring. Making sure we're taking this one nice and easy. It can feel intense for some people, so you do want to listen to your body. Be mindful. If something doesn't feel right, ease out of it. Take your moment there. We're going to lean forward back into that lunge position, going as deep as what we feel comfortable. We're going to be bringing that ankle back under the knee. We're going to be taking opposite arm to the back leg, catching those toes and stretching out those quads. Taking it nice and easy. This is a tough one. If you can't reach your toe, that is perfectly fine. The more you do these stretches, the easier these positions come. So please don't stress if you cannot grab your toe. Now shifting back into that lunge position. And shifting back, we are taking our left toes. We're going to draw them to the outside of our right knee. This can be a bit wobbly, shifting forward into that lunge position. Remember, we are sitting up onto that pigeon, so keeping those hips nice and square. And this is where we can take a bit of a breath, a nice deep breath. You can release onto your elbows if that feels more comfortable for you. Or if you're looking for a deeper stretch, you can release onto those elbows. We're going to be releasing up. We're actually going to be dropping onto our glutes. So we're going to come around in a seated position. You can come into a cross-legged position. We are going to be doing a few hip stretches. These are phenomenal if you sit at an office desk often. This is going to really help release some tension. If you are stressed or you holding on to some trauma, this is a really nice way to release some of that hip and glute tension. So we are going to be taking our right leg. You're going to be drawing it over the left leg, and you're going to be sitting in this sort of pretzel position. So your knee is kind of going to be up. Your right knee is going to be kind of pointing upwards. If you're comfortable in that position, that's where you stay. If you are looking for something a little bit more deeper, you can draw those feet, both of your feet, towards your glutes and lean forward over your pretzel legs. That will allow for a deeper stretch in the glutes and the hips. Otherwise, if that doesn't feel comfortable, you stay exactly in that normal pretzel position. Depending on the state of your hips will be very much dependent on how far or how deep you can go into your stretches. Their hips can notoriously be quite tight, so if that is your case, please don't stress at all. I want you just to make sure that you do your best to breathe and allow the hips to relax as much as possible. We want to get some oxygen through the system. We want to allow ourselves just to breathe and release any tension or stress that our bodies are holding on to. Good. Making sure you're taking a nice deep breath and just holding out. You can give it a little wiggle if need be. If you need to come out, you're more than welcome to. We're going to be shifting that right leg up and over. So we're going to kind of flatten the pretzel position now. So you want to draw the knees kind of to the toes, flattening out. If you cannot get into this position, that's absolutely fine. You stay in your normal pretzel position. Otherwise, you can shift that leg over. It is completely normal sometimes to have that knee a little bit higher if your hips are tight. If you feel comfortable, you can flatten that knee as much as it will relax into. You don't need to press it down or anything. You can just relax. You can place your hands either behind your back or you can lean forward over those legs, whichever suits you best. Awesome. We're going to be relaxing through to the other side now. So you can go ahead and take your left leg and cross it over your right. We're going to go back into that normal pretzel position. If you feel comfortable in this position, that is where you can remain for this section of the stretch. You can always go deeper by drawing those feet to your glutes and leaning forward over those pretzel legs. Whatever you feel most comfortable with and whatever is easing out the tension as best as possible is really up to you. Just allowing yourself to relax in this position, making sure you're breathing will do absolute wonders for you. Good. Taking a nice deep breath in and relaxing out. Good. We're going to be flattening out that pretzel position now. So going ahead and drawing that left leg over on top of the right. If that feels comfortable to you, you are more than welcome to stay in the normal pretzel position if you so wish. Otherwise, we're going to flatten that out. You can either place your hands behind your back on the ground to support that stretch through, or you can lean over the front, relaxing over those legs and creating a deeper stretch over there. Making sure you're breathing through this. You are going to feel a stretch in the hips and the glutes. You might feel it in hamstrings or inner thighs. Most important here is to just really relax. Take a nice deep breath here. Really stretch it out. Giving that body a little bit of a wiggle out. We are going to call it a day now, ladies. So taking a nice deep breath in, exhaling out. Thank you so much for joining me in this full body stretch today. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, do give this a like and subscribe. If you want to see more of these kinds of videos, definitely stick around. Let me know in the comments down below what you would like to see more of. And I will see you guys next week with another movement session.